Namaste friends. Today we will see some topics regarding on control system, that is time response analysis of feedback control system. The prerequisite for this particular concept is concepts of control system and signal flow graph methods and block diagram representation. If you know all these concepts, then you can easily understood this chapter. If you are not understood the block diagram representation and all those concepts, please go through again of those concepts and then watch this video. Okay, let us start. The first question is why we need to study this particular concept or this chapter, right? See, the most of the control systems use time as its independent variable. Means, see, if you take any integration, if you take any differentiation, we are taking dv by dt, some function with respect to time. So here most of the control systems uses the time as its independent variable. So it is important to analyze the response of a given system for applied excitation. What do you mean by this applied excitation? Applied excitation is nothing but an input. Okay, so it is important to analyze the response given by the system for the applied excitation, which is a function of your time. Here your input is also a function of time and you are taking that time has an independent variable. So it is important to learn this time response analysis. Very simple, right? Means in control system, time is an independent variable and it is important to analyze the response of a system for applied excitation. What do you mean by this applied excitation? Applied excitation is nothing but an input. The input is also a function of a time and that time is an independent variable. So it is important to learn this chapter. Okay, to see variation of output with respect to time. Means the concept is we are going to see variation of the output with respect to time. That is nothing but a response. And what is input? Our applied excitation is our input. Okay, then the evaluation of the system is based on the analysis of a such response. If you are going to evaluate one system, then the time response analysis is very important. For example, if you are evaluating SSLC exam paper or a PUC exam paper, the answer key is very important to you, so that by seeing the answer key you can evaluate the whole paper, right? As in the same way, by seeing the time response analysis, you can evaluate the system. The evaluation of the system is based on the analysis of a such response, time response. Okay, the complete base stability lies in the time response analysis. The base stability, the system is stable or not, that is decided by this time response analysis. Okay. The system stability, system accuracy and complete evaluation is always based on the time response analysis and corresponding result. Okay, means once we understood about time response analysis, we can able to say the system stability, we can say the system is stable or not, or we can say about the system accuracy, how much it is near to the desired value, that is accuracy, and the complete evaluation of that system is based on the time response analysis. So we need to study this particular chapter. Okay, in this video we learnt about why we need to study the chapter, and I will cover the two concepts, time response and a transient response. In further videos we will see the future concepts. Okay, now the time response, the response given by the system which is a function of a time to the applied excitation is called as a time response of a control system. Consider a system, you are giving the input which is a function of a time and you are getting the output which is also a function of a time. Okay, that is the response, means the output or a response given by the system which is a function of a time to the applied excitation is called as a response of a control system or a time response of a control system, because it is a function of time. Okay, here we have small note. In any practical system, output of system takes some finite time to reach its final value. This delay time varies from system to system and it depends on various factors like friction, all these things. Example is ammeter. It is a keyword for me to explain about this note. Okay, why I note here ammeter, I will explain you. Okay, let us understand this is very important, and this concept is the base concept for all the responses next we are going to study. Okay, in any practical system, output of a system takes some finite time to reach its final value. This delay time varies from system to system and it is different and on different. Let us take ammeter. What do you mean by ammeter? it is a device which can measure the current, right? In ammeter you can see this diagram, right? This type of one small mark will be there. Okay, this is a deflector and this is the marking. Okay, when you give supply voltage, okay, positive, okay, when you give supply voltage here, this should deflect, means this mark, it is analog ammeter. I am not using digital ammeter for this example, it's an analog ammeter. Okay, this mark should move, right? Some markings will be there here, 0 ampere, 2 ampere, 4 ampere, 6 ampere, like that. Okay, when you give supply voltage here, this should move. Okay, this is a practical system. This output of system takes some finite time to reach its final value. Means I am giving input here at 12 o'clock. Okay, I am giving input here at 12 o'clock and I should get output at 12 o'clock. That is my ideal intention. What is my intention? When I am giving the input at 12 am, I should get output at 12 am. Okay, so here, but my in practical session my output may be of 12:1, means 12 1 minute, 12 hours 1 minute, or it may take 2 minutes, means there are some delays takes place. So the output of a system takes some finite time to reach its final value. Here final value is that if I supply 2 ampere of current, it should show 2 ampere, right? And this 2 ampere current it will show means 12 am I am giving input as 2 ampere. At 12:1 I am getting output as a 12 am. Okay, what is the difference? 1 minute is my difference. Difference is 1 minute. So output of a system takes some finite time. This finite time is my 1 minute to reach its final value, and this delay time varies from system to system and it is dependent on different factors. Okay, for ammeter it may take 1 minute, for voltmeter it may take 30 seconds. Okay, so this delay time varies from system to system and it is dependent on different factors. Okay, different factor means friction, okay, and some rust will be there. Okay, it depends on different factors. Okay, next we will see about transient response. I think you may understood now time response, why we need to study this chapter, and transient response. Okay, now we will see about the transient response. It is a part of a time response which always to 0 after some time as the system output reaches to its final value. The time required to achieve the final value is called as a transient period. Again, it is a part of a transient response, or it is a part of a time response. Sorry, it's not a transient response, it's a time response which decays to 0 after some time as the system output reaches to its final value. The time required to achieve the final value is called as a transient period. The transient response may be exponential or oscillatory in nature. Symbolically, Ct of t or a Ct of t. We are denoting transient response of a Ct of t. Right? Okay, I think transient response is clear. Means it is a response after some time it is going to decay, or after some times the output reaches to its final value. When the time between the system to reach from 0 to its final value is called as a transient response, or the response which decays to 0 after some time as the system output reaches to final value. Okay, now we are having some conditions for stable system. We will see that system must pass satisfactorily through transient period. The system should work satisfactorily. Okay, this transient period. Transient response must vanish after some time to get the final value closer to the desired value. Means in any practical system the transient value should be 0, or a transient response should be 0. Okay, for stable operating system limit t tends to infinity, c of t that is 0, means transient response should be 0. Okay, now it is much more clear to you after seeing this. Okay, you learnt about transient response. Now we will see about the steady state response. What is meant by steady state response? It is a response of a system as time approaches infinity from the time at which the transient response completely dies out. The response of a system as time approaches infinity from the time at which transient response completely dies out. The steady state response is generally the final value achieved by the system out. Means it is the final value. In any system, if a system attains the final value, we call it as a steady state response. Okay, the steady state response indicates the accuracy of the system, symbolically CSS. What do you mean by the CSS? Steady state response. Okay, the total time response C of t. Okay, the total time response. We have two types of the response. One is a transient response and then is a steady state response. Therefore, total time response C of t is nothing but CSS plus CT of t, means steady state response plus transient state response will give the total time response. Okay, both through these ones. Okay, now we have a small topic here, steady state error, and in next video we are dealing with the steady state error derivation. Okay, the difference between the desired output and the actual output of the system is called as a steady state error. It's denoted by ESS. Okay, I will explain with diagram. It is more clearer than what I explained to 3D part. Okay, now graphically we'll see regarding the transient response, steady state response, steady state error, what is the time response. Whatever the things I explained until now, I will explain in a single diagram. Okay, this diagram is very much important to remember the concepts. See, this is the x-axis, I will denote it as a time, and this is a y-axis, I denote it as a C of t, some function. Okay, and I am giving step input. This is my input. Okay, step input, stable input. This is my output. Okay, here C of t into is a exponential transient response. See, this part is a transient time, means this response is a transient response. This response is a steady state response. See here, the system is achieving the final value, means it is nearer to final value. What is my final value? Final value is this, right? So my system is achieving the final value, so it is called as a steady state. The response before the system reaches final value is called as a system response. So this is my transient response. Okay, I explained there the transient response may be exponential, may be oscillatory. This is a exponential, right? This is a steady state of the system, this is a transient state of the system. Okay, I symbolically CSS of t I mentioned here, and here I can mention CT of t. This is nothing but this exponential. And we already gone through steady state error, right? This is a steady state error, means the difference between the desired output and the actual output. This is my desired output. What is my the actual output? This is my actual output. Then what is the difference between this is a steady state error? I represent this as a ESS, right? The same explanation for the oscillatory nation. See, here my transient is oscillatory, right? Here the C of t is oscillatory in the nature, and it is near to the desired output. Step input, right? I have here, this is a transient period, I can see it as a CT of t. This is my transient, this is my steady state. Okay, and this difference is, we call it as a steady state error. Okay, I think I will give you PDF of these notes so that you can go through once. Okay, thank you for watching this video, and we are having so many concepts I will cover in next videos. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and press the like button. If any mistakes are there, please forgive me, and if any suggestions you want to give me, you are always welcome. Okay, you can put your suggestion in your comment box. Okay, thank you for watching this video.